I came as soon as I received your letter, my lady. What seems to be the issue in need of discussion? You told me in your letter that it was rather urgent. You haven't taken ill, have you? You aren't injured? Oh, well, that is certainly a relief. What seems to be the issue, then? Is that so? You aren't certain if it should even be called an issue? Care to explain, my lady? Oh, you prepared tea for us? My lady, truly you are too kind, though I do wish you would have spared yourself the trouble by allowing me to prepare it instead. Oh yes, I do realize that it isn't any trouble for you. However, I have grown rather fond of treating you as a queen, and a queen should never have to lift a finger to do any lick of work. Oh, very well, my lady. If the action calms you that much, I shall let you tend to the tea as you please. I should like you to know, though, that the nervous quiver in your voice when I gave you that compliment hasn't gone unnoticed. Yes, do tend to the tea, my lady. I shall wait patiently for you to return. Oh. Yes, of course, I will have a seat. Thank you very much, my lady. May I ask, what is the nature of the topic we will be discussing? You say you can't determine if it's an issue or not. Does that mean that you have no opinion on it, or because your opinion can only be described as neutral? I see. Very well, then. Oh, my. You've certainly become faster at preparing tea, have you not? Oh, you've been practicing. Have you been using the tips and tricks that I've taught you? I thought so. Thank you very much, my lady. I'm sure it's wonderful. Oh, indeed it is. Much better than I presumed it would be. I don't mean any offence, my lady, but you are still human, you have your flaws. However, this tastes as though it were made by a demon, or perhaps even an angel. Oh yes, my dear, you are an angel, to me at least, although, given my experience with angels in the past, perhaps I should not refer to you as such. You're my little demon. How is that? Oh, you're so adorable when you try not to stutter. Do sit down, would you, my lady? I hate to be the only one relaxing at this moment. Thank you for humouring me. Now, let's dive right in, shall we? What is the topic of discussion? Oh, indeed. I do remember that. That was the last night we spent together. I must admit that I have grown rather fond of reliving those memories in my mind whenever I grow bored. Why do you bring this up, dear? Oh. You began feeling ill a week after. If it weren't for you saying mere moments ago that you aren't ill, I would have assumed the worst. However, based on the nature of the subject, am I to presume that the alternative to these symptoms is somewhat negative? You aren't certain? Oh. I believe I understand, my lady. However, I'll allow you to explain before I make any assumptions. After all, it is unwise to assume things, especially when it comes to humans. Though you are rather simple creatures compared to us demons, you are rather unpredictable, much like we are, and the same goes for reapers and angels. Nothing in this world can be predicted. Though we try to understand you humans, it is rather difficult. So though you are simple, and though all evidence points to my assumption being correct, you may explain before I take my guess. I see. My assumption is correct, then. You are pregnant, and are you certain that the child is mine? thought so, or rather, hoped so. After all, I am a demon, and though I do try to show a more compassionate side when I am around you, I could understand if you took my cold exterior the wrong way, and instead of confronting me about this, perhaps for fear that I might hurt you, found comfort in the arms of another man. Well, I am certainly pleased with the fact that the child is mine. Oh? You wish to know how I feel about this? Well, dear, how do you feel about it? Why am I asking you? My dear, you're the one carrying the child. Your opinion is the only one that matters, at least, in my mind. After all, if you're happy about this and wish to carry the child to term, you have to suffer for it. You have to go through nausea, cramping, bloating, irritability, and worse still, the pain of childbirth. How very unpleasant that must be. And if you do not wish to carry the pregnancy to term, you have to make the decision to terminate the pregnancy. Either decision is fine by me, dear. It's what you want that matters. You're uncertain. Why is that, my lady? Perhaps talking to me will allow you to clear your head and rationalize what's going on. You're afraid? Of which choice? Both. I see. Well, my lady, unless you explain your fears fully, I'm afraid there's no way for me to help you understand what's going on. All right, of course. What scares you about carrying the pregnancy to term and becoming a mother? Oh, I certainly understand. There are so many things that could go wrong, and there's so much pain to endure. You wonder if it's truly worth the risk, yes? Well, I will state that either option has its own degree of risks, and they're all the same, in that regard at least. The pain that you experience, the discomfort, and the risks to your life. Choosing to terminate the pregnancy bears the same risks. Now, this is not to deter you from making that decision if that is what you want. It is merely to show you that both options may be more similar than you previously believed. Is there anything else that frightens you about motherhood? You don't think you'll make a good mother? My dear, you found love with a demon. You care for me despite my harsh, unfeeling exterior. You manage to see the light within me. You love me. You support me, no matter how difficult I make it on you. And trust me, I know how difficult it is. After all, demons are creatures of pure evil, or at least, that is what humans tend to believe, and we do try to live up to that role, though just barely. I understand that it is difficult for you to care for me, but if you can care for me, a demon, you can take care of a child just fine. And there are both maternal and paternal instincts that often kick in when a child is present. You and I will know what to do when the situation presents itself. However, if you don't think motherhood would suit you, you don't have to make that decision. You can always opt for surgery. Now, what about that scares you? I see. You are worried that you will be ridiculed for your decision. Well, my dear, if that happens, I assure you, I can deal with it. Oh, no, my lady. I'm not implying that I'll kill anyone, only that I'll give them a stern lecture with knives. Yes, I know the rule. no killing anyone unless they physically harm you. However, a woman's body is hers with which she may do as she pleases, and if others cannot respect your decision, well, perhaps they don't deserve the rights to their own bodies remaining intact. Yes, I promise I won't kill anyone. Perhaps I might have to borrow Grell's chainsaw to dismember them, though. No, I won't if that isn't what you want. Well, dear, are those all your fears? I see. And now that they're out in the open, what do you think of them? What is the right path for you? All right, then. You wish to attempt to carry the child to term and become a mother. Very well. I am proud of you for rationalizing your fears, looking at all of the options, and determining what is best for you. And I promise, I shall be by your side every step of the way, my lady. For if I couldn't support you through all of this, especially now that I kneel before you and present you with a ring, what kind of husband would I be?